we on? All right, sorry about getting started late. We intended on starting at 10 a.m. We thought we had all the kinks worked out, but obviously we didn't. We had to switch to computer mode. I was filming from my phone and we couldn't get the right angle, so I was sideways. So we're going to give it a shot this time. However, the video is not quite as clear as it would have been had it been recording on my phone. So glad you could join us here in Venice, Florida. We're at my lanai, so welcome to my home. We might have my dog Surf moving in and out of the video. He likes to participate at times. So just bear with us. We're home yoga practice. It's what it's all about. We're yogis. Hey, we're flexible. We go with the flow, right? Anyway, welcome again. We miss everyone at Dragonfly. Hopefully this is the next second best thing. So let's get started here. What I want you to do is we're not going to use props today. However, if you choose to use props, perfectly fine. If this is uncomfortable to sit like this, just grab a bolster and sit on, or some pillows, something nice and comfortable to sit on. Just make yourself as comfortable as possible, because the last thing I want you to do is thinking about how uncomfortable you are, because we're going to tap in and go inwards just for a minute before we get started in our practice. So get comfortable here. So get nice and seated on the sit bones here. Now let's just take our hands and place some palms facing down. And remember, this is gentle yoga, so I want you to be as gentle as possible here. Just breathe. So let's just close the eyes. Now let's just turn our awareness to the breath, moving freely in and out of the lungs. And then gently imagine, feel your sit bones connected to the earth, and then just grow your roots down. And then let's just gently engage that pelvic floor, that mula bandha. Gently just lift it up. Try just to lift the perineum up, not squeezing the glutes. So just lifting up that protects the low back. And then gently engage the Uddiyana Bandha, that area right beneath the belly button, between the pubic bone and the belly button. Let's just gently pull that in and lift it up as both connect inwardly, the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha, and lifting up as if it's lifting up through the rib cage. Now roll the shoulders back into the joints and let them slide down the back. And we're going to balance out the energies of the body this morning. So we're going to do a little pranayama work to begin the practice. Nadi Shodhana. And so let's just take a nice inhale here. And let's just take our right hand and place the first two fingers on that third eye. And let's hold the right nostril closed with your thumb. And let's take a slow inhale through that left nostril. Now close off the left nostril with the ring finger. Open up the right and exhale. Inhale right. Close off, open up left, and exhale. Inhale left. Close off, open up right, exhale. Inhale right. Close off, open up left, exhale. Inhale left. Close off, open up right, exhale. Inhale right. Close off, open up left, exhale. Good. Release that right hand down. Let them both place both palms on the knees, palms facing down. This is an inward connection mudra. Breathe normally here. And then we'll set our sankalpa, or our intention for the class. So with eyes closed, let's bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, or prayer hands, right in front of the heart center. Connect the thumbs right to the sternum, and let's bow that head. And I'm going to read to you just for a moment, setting the intention. And today's class is, Who Am I? Vocation does not mean a goal that I pursue. It means a calling that I hear. Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to my life telling me who I am. I must listen for the truths and values at the heart of my own identity, and not the standards by which I must live, but the standards by which I cannot help but live if I am living my own life. So the question is, who are you? So ask yourself now, who am I? Am I living authentically and true to who God made me to be? While we're practicing this morning, I want you to contemplate that thought. And make your practice this morning authentically yours, authentically who you are. If it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. If it feels good, do it. If you need to go a little further, push it a little further. If you need to back off, give yourself permission. Make this practice your practice. Now, let's take a nice big inhale. And then open the mouth and Good. Let the hands release to the knees. Roll the shoulders back and take a nice breath here. And then let's begin by rolling over onto our hands and knees. So gently, let's come to hands and knees. So hands are right underneath shoulders and knees are right under hips. And we're going to begin with cat-cow. So we're going to start to move the energy up the body. So if you need to, you can wag your tail before we begin. Just loosen up the body here. And then let's stabilize. So pull your low belly in, that Uddiyana Bandha. Pull that belly in. Hands are right underneath shoulders. Knees are right under hips. So we're going to do cat-cow. So we're going to begin with our cat here. So let's pull the belly in, round the back, tuck that chin. Really separate the shoulder blades out. Make it feel good. Tuck it hard here. And on an inhale, let the belly float to the floor. Lift the chin. Roll the eyes up. And exhale. Pull the belly in, round the back, tuck that chin. Inhale, let the belly float to the floor. Relax that belly. Hips roll up, lift the chin, roll the eyeballs up, and then exhale one more time. Here we go. Tuck that chin, tuck the pelvis. Really arch that back. And on an inhale, let the belly float to the floor. Roll the chin up, eyeballs upwards. Good. Now exhale. Come to a neutral position. Now, keep your low belly pulled in, that Uddiyana Bandha, and from that area, I want you to lift those hips up. So curl those toes under, pull that Uddiyana Bandha in, and let's lift those hips up for our first down dog. Walk your dog here. Good. Keep walking your dog, loosening up the back, loosening up the hamstrings. Drop your head through your arms, press into the knuckles and to the fingertips to take the stress off those wrists. Now here we go. Let's inhale, raise up high on the tippy toes. Exhale, drop the heels gently towards the mat. Pull the belly in, drop the head through the arms, gaze towards the kneecaps. Full deep breath here. Push that mat away. So the elbows of the eyes are rotated inward slightly. Breathe. Pull the low ribs in. Make sure your Uddiyana Bandha is engaged and pull your low ribs in towards your spine here. Now, when you're ready, we're going to look up between the hands. We're going to pull that Uddiyana Bandha in, that low belly, and walk those feet up nice and slow here. We're going to come into ragdoll. So plant your feet all four corners evenly on the mat. And let's, if you need to, bend your knees. We're going to drape over those legs. Let your head dangle. So shake it yes and no, making sure you're not holding on to your head. Pull your belly in deeply and let the crown of the head reach towards the floor. And if you want to, hold on to your elbows. Now you can modify this if you want to, or experiment with this. You can rock from side to side if that feels good, or keep your body in the center and walk your legs. So paddle your feet here. Just bend one knee and then the other, but keep both feet planted firmly on the floor here. Now, when you're ready, let's stabilize here. Drop in, pull the belly in, and keep your belly deeply engaged here. And on an inhale, we're going to stack that vertebra one by one on top of the other, bringing the chin up last. Roll the shoulders back into the joints here. So here, keep in mind, if you suffer from low blood pressure, this can cause your blood pressure to bottom out just a bit. So if you ever feel like your vision is tunneling, take a knee, let that sensation pass, and then slowly come back up and rejoin us. So anytime we do something like that, we take a chance of dropping our blood pressure. So just be aware of that. We're going to begin with half sun salutations to get the blood circulating in the body here. So when we're doing half sun salutations in my gentle class, I want you to pull the Uddiyana Bandha in and tuck your tail. So the tailbone should be lengthening towards the mat, belly's engaged, shoulders are back, and then relax down the back here. Now, on an inhale, we raise our hands up. Now, no back bend. A lot of times I see people pushing their hips forward and back bending. What we're doing is we're straining that low back. I want you to keep the core engaged, and I want you to think about lengthening straight up. So reaching the hands straight up, outer edges of the palms together, our gaze is up towards the thumbs, and reach for the sky here. Long, strong back here. Now, take a nice inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to swan dive forward here. And if you need to, bend your knees. Now, inhale, look up. Exhale, let's forward fold. Now squeeze the rear, press the feet into the mat, and on an inhale, strong back here, flat back, come all the way up. Again, reach up for the sky, look up towards the thumbs, and exhale back to Samastitihi, which means equal standing pose. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Now squeeze the rear, pull the Uddiyana Bandha in, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale back to Samastitihi. Good. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now if you can only come here, perfectly fine. Inhale, lengthen that back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together, look up to the thumbs, and exhale back to Samastitihi. Now I'm going to do a modified Surya Namaskar A. It's a sun salutation, the first one. I'm going to do a modified one. This is your practice. Now if you were fine doing what we were just doing, stay right there and do that. If you want to move on, we'll do the modified. If you want to do the full expression, again, it's your practice. Here we go. I'm going to lead you through the modified. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back to plank, drop to the knees, point the toes, and bring chin, chest, and belly down to the floor. Now squeeze the elbows close to the ribs. Squeeze your rear and inhale, little cobra. I want you to feel your triceps, the back of the arms kick in here. Exhale, down. Inhale, back up to all fours. Curl those toes under, and from that Uddiyana Bandha here, I want you to lift those hips up, back up into down dog. Breathe, full deep breath here. Now, when you're ready, look up between the hands, pull that low belly in and walk those feet up nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen that back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms together, look up to the thumbs, and exhale back to you. Samastitihi. Again, let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back to plank. Drop to the knees, point the toes, bring chin, chest, and belly to the floor. Now again, pull your elbows close to the ribs, squeeze your rear. Inhale, little cobra. Keep the neck long so crown of the head is reaching forward. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up to all fours. Curl those toes under and pull that belly in, lift those hips up. Breathe it out here. Full deep breaths. Drop the head through the arms. Gaze towards the kneecaps. Pull the low ribs in. Press the knuckles and the fingertips into the mat. Now, when you're ready, look up between the hands, pull that low belly in, and from that place, we're going to walk those feet up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms together, look up to the thumbs, and exhale back to Samastitihi. We're going to do one more. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back to plank. Drop to the knees, point the toes, and bring chin, chest, and belly to the floor. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up to all fours. Curl those toes under and come back up to your dog. Breathe it out here. Full deep breath here. Now, when you're ready, look up between the hands, pull the low belly in, walk those feet up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms together, look up to the thumbs, and exhale back to Samastitihi. Good. Now let's take a moment here. Stay where you're at. I'm going to turn towards you. I want you to take a moment here, and let's just pay attention how different we feel. So take your hands into Anjala Mudra, or prayer hands, right in front of the heart. Connect the thumbs right to the sternum. And let's just take a moment. Touch the big toes together. Press all four corners of the feet into the mat. And let's pull the bandhas in, that pelvic floor and that low belly bandha. And let's just take a moment, close the eyes, and check in. Now here's where I want you to find out how the body's energy is always shifting. Our body's always trying to find that equaline energy, that equal point of equality, perfect balance. So gently pressing your palms together, rolling the shoulders back, let them slide down the back. And with the eyes closed, I want you to think about all four corners of your feet evenly pressing into the mat. And then now notice the body shifting right and left, forward and back. And this minute little shifting of energy, always trying to find balance within. And then let's just see if we can't find that perfect balance by pressing into the root or the base of the big toe here, engaging the inner thighs slightly, gently pressing the palms together, and see if you can't still that energy right into the center line, and the body quits shifting back and forth, right and left. Use your breath. Don't forget to breathe freely here. Good. Gently, let's open our eyes and release the hands down by your side. We're going to move into our tree posture, which is our balancing pose here. So here, we're going to use the left leg as the standing leg first. So I want you to ground all four corners of that foot evenly into the mat. Gently lift the left kneecap up without locking the knee. So we want to lift the kneecap up to engage this left quadricep, but we don't want to hyperflex that knee or use our knee or the bone structure to support ourselves. We want to build muscles. So micro bend that standing knee. Now we're going to open the right leg up, and here, if you want to, you can use your ball of the foot as a kickstand, and simply this is your tree. The main thing here is we want to keep our low bandha engaged. So Uddiyana bandha, pelvic floor bandha, mula bandha is engaged. We don't want to relax this hip where it juts outward. We want a nice firm trunk foundation. So it comes from right here in the center. So engage that, roll the shoulders back, and if you want to take it to another level, you can take it to your calf or you can take it to your inner thigh. Breathe. Now, if you want to, inhale, reach the branches up, lengthen up, keep a strong torso, and breathe. Strong standing leg. Now, inhale, reach. Exhale, branches back down to heart center. Inhale here, and exhale, let's release that tree. Circle that left leg out just to release the tension that we just created here. Take a moment, we're going to do the other side here. So right foot, let's set our foundation up. If you're a visual person, think about placing the weight evenly on all four corners of the foot and then grow your roots down into the ground. Now, let's work our way up. So let's raise the kneecap up without locking that knee. So if you've locked your knee, micro bend your knee. Gently raise the kneecap up. This engages that quadricep and open that left hip up. Now, if you want to use the ball of your foot as a kickstand, perfectly fine. The main thing is this is your practice. So just play with it. It's all good. It changes tomorrow anyway, so it's all good. Let's go ahead, find whatever your tree looks like today. Be sure and keep your bandhas engaged, shoulder rolled back. Now, a lot of times I see people looking down. What we want to do is look straight up. Find you a focal point, look forward. Good. Inhale, branches up. You can connect your tree branches or you can keep them open, whatever feels best for you today. Full deep breath, don't forget to breathe, and relax the facial muscles here. Let this be effortless. Inhale, exhale, branches back down. Inhale at heart center. And exhale, release your tree. Good job. Let's do a wide-angled standing forward fold. So let's separate the legs out wide here. I want you to pigeon toe the feet slightly. So in other words, no splaying your feet out. Bring your toes in just a little bit. All right, hands to waist here. Inhale, pull the elbows together. I want you to feel your collarbones opening up. So your shoulders opening, your chest opening. So pull your shoulders together, your elbows together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, let's hinge at the hips. Keep your low belly engaged and let's forward fold here. If you can't reach and you need blocks, place blocks right here, perfectly fine. If you need to hang on to your calves, perfectly fine. The main thing is I don't want you hyperflexing your knees. So a slight micro bend in the knees. If you can take it all the way to the floor, great. Now, inhale, let's re-engage. Look up, pull the belly in, hike your hips up to engage those hamstrings, to get deep into those hamstrings. And then on the exhale, let's forward fold. Breathe. I want you to keep your low belly engaged here. That way we lengthen that back safely. Good. Now, when you're ready, inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, squeeze your rear, pull your belly in, slowly come up. Good job. Let's bring our feet, scissor them back in. Great job. All right, we're gonna make our way back up to the top of the mat here. So when you're ready, we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back to your dog. So come back to your down dog here. And let's hold here in dog. Drop the head through. This is an inversion, so these are wonderful benefits getting blood and circulation. Full deep breath. Again, press into your hands, push that mat away, pull the low ribs into the spine, keep your bandhas engaged. Good. Now slowly, let's bend the knees and place the knees on the mat and point the toes here. We're going to come into a child's pose. So let's do wide angled first. So connect your big toes and take your knees out wide to the outer edges of the mat. Now press the hips back. Now again, if you've got knee issues, you want to keep your hips up perfectly fine. We don't want to strain the knees. We're getting a deep quadricep stretch here. So be kind to your knees here. All right, if you can, place your hips back to your heels. Use the grippiness of your mat and walk those fingers up towards the top of the mat so we get a nice shoulder stretch. And then drop your forehead down to the mat. Good. Now slowly begin to walk your hands back upright. Let's take the knees right underneath the hips. We're going to stretch our feet here, and this is really important for foot health. So let's curl those toes under. So walk your toes in as much as you can. Walk, 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 walk them in. And then when you're ready, sit back on those heels. Now, if this was plenty for you, stay right here. If you can shift back a little bit, perfectly fine. If you can sit on your heels, perfectly fine. This can be quite painful for people. If you've had foot surgeries, plantar fasciitis, we want to be really careful here not to exacerbate those issues. So breathe. Yoga is all about healing. So know what's right for your body and only your body, regardless of what I'm telling you to do. Do what feels right for your body. And this is a time to tap in and figure that out. Good. Good job. All right. When you're ready, take your hands back to the mat, pick those toes up and give them a nice little wiggle here. Now, bring the knees together and big toes together. Press the hips back to the heels, and we're going to come into a full child, so we're going to round that back. So bring your arms alongside the body, pull the belly in, round the spine, and let's come into a full child here. Let the shoulders melt towards the floor. All right, when you're ready, slowly take the hands right under the hips, or right under the shoulders, excuse me, and let's press up. Now, if you can, again, if you've got knee issues, we want to avoid this one. But if you can, sit in a hero's pose, getting a nice quadricep stretch here. And just breathe here before we move on. All right, we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, a forward fold. So we're going to start to stretch the back of the legs and the back of the whole entire back line of the body. So let's bring our legs out in front. So have a seat on your rear. Bring your legs out in front. Now, walk the fleshy areas back here. And we're going to engage the feet. So feet are flexed. Excuse me. So feet are flexed here. We got our Barbie doll feet here. So we want to press into the root of the big toe. One of the things I see so often is if our hamstrings are tight and we push this further than we should, our feet will start to bow out. We don't want that. We want the inner thighs engaged. And how do we do that? We press into the root of the big toe. Now, if sitting like this is strenuous for you, which is strenuous for many people, then what you can do is take a strap and place on to the ball of the feet and hold yourself upright here and just feel the connection. So what this does is we want to keep the core engaged so that we got a nice strong back here. So this builds core here if we sit right here. Now, if you can take it further, I like to start with the hands straight out, fingertips in line with the shoulders. pull the bodies in. So the pelvic floor, low belly is pulled in. Inhale, lift up out of the ribs slightly. Exhale, let's hinge at the hips and forward fold. Try to keep a flat back, reaching straight forward, fingertips still in line. Now, when you've arrived, remember our feet should remain in the same place, no bowing out of the feet, inner thighs engaged. Exhale, let's drop into a forward fold. So it might be right here, perfectly fine. It might be here, perfectly fine. Wherever you are, just make it your own. Now, forward folding takes a bit for the body to open up and release. So just breathe here. Now, I want you to inhale, look up, rock forward onto the sit bones. This gets us out of that low back and takes it deeper into the hamstrings. And exhale, let's forward fold. Roll the inner thighs towards the floor. Pull the belly in to protect that back. Relax the shoulders. Relax your facial muscles. Now, to release that, we're going to take our hands and drop them alongside our knees, palms facing down on the mat. Keep your body where it's at. Tuck your chin to your chest, and on an inhale, we're going to press into the hands and the hands only to stack that vertebra one by one on top of the other and bring the chin up last. It should feel marvelous. All right, take a breath here, let the body reset. And then we're going to open up the inner thighs here. So when you're ready, we're going to take our legs out wide. So take your legs out wide. If you want to turn sideways on your mat, this helps cushion the heels if they seem to be a little tender. Now, I like to take my hands right behind the hips and shift my hips forward, but dig your heels into the mat, otherwise you don't lose it. You lose ground there. All right, so to get into these inner thighs, just simply opening the legs up long can have quite an intense effect. If this is plenty for you right here, roll the right shoulder back, take your right hand and place it right behind the hip. Roll the left shoulder back and place that right behind the left hip. Pull your belly in. Make sure you're not arching your back and this is all relaxed. Pull that in. Pull the low ribs in, and crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. So your tailbone should feel like it's pointing downwards and the crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. So breathe here, full deep breath here. Now, if you want a little more, take your hands in front. Just make sure you didn't round and collapse in the back. Keep everything engaged. Press the backs of the legs into the floor so you keep the kneecaps and the feet pointed upwards. Take your hands in front, take a nice inhale, lengthen, exhale, let's hinge at the hips and forward fold. Try not to round into this. We want to keep a long spine. So remember, this practice is all about lengthening here. So we want to think about lengthening, not crunching here. So just breathe here. Good. Now slowly let's press into the hands and walk those feet up nice and slow, or walk the hands up nice and slow. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to take this left hand and we're going to roll this left leg in. So bring your left leg in, and then we're going to take our right hand right above the knee and we're going to roll this right leg in. So now we've got right shin is in front of left. So we're going to do the right hip. If your knees are tucking, take a block and place them right here underneath the hips. All right, we're going to open up the hips just a bit. So inhale, pull the belly in, lengthen, and then exhale, walk the hands forward into a forward fold, getting into this right hip. We're just going to do a little gentle hip opener. And when you're ready, inhale, look up, and then begin to walk into your hands, pressing yourself back up into an upright position. Let's take a twist before we do the other side. Right hand behind right hip, left hand on right knee. Now pull the bandhas in, the low belly, the pelvic floor, the mula bandha. Let's lift up out of the waistline and exhale. Take a twist and look over that right shoulder. Now make sure your right shoulder doesn't collapse in. Open that right shoulder up and look over that right shoulder. Now let's take some few deep breaths here. Send that breath right into the back of the lungs here. And I want you to feel the back muscles expanding and contracting. So the benefits of these twists not only work digestion, but when we send the breath back there and expand the muscles of the back like this with the breath, it massages the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Good. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, simply look forward and then gently unwind. Good. Let's reverse those legs. So let's take the legs back out. And this time we're going to take the right leg in. So nice and gently pull this right leg in. Then we're going to rotate the left leg and take the left shin now is in front. So now we're going to work on this left hip. Remember, changing the switch of our legs can make a knee or a hip talk. And if your knees are talking, remember, never tolerate any pain in the knees. Pain in the knees is never good. We want to feel this in the hip. Little tiny stretch in the knee, but a lot in the hip. And if you're feeling more in the knee, we want to back out of this one and block that hip up. All right, so when you're ready, hands in front. Inhale, pull the belly and lengthen. Exhale, walk those hands gently forward, nice and slow. And when you're ready, inhale, let's press into those hands and slowly push our way back up to an upright position. We're going to take a twist on this side. So left hand behind left hip, right hand on left knee. Again, bandhas engaged, pelvic floor and low belly. Inhale, lift up out of the waistline. Exhale, let's take a twist and look over that left shoulder. Again, send your breath right to the back body. I want you to really feel the back muscles expanding and contracting, massaging those kidneys and those adrenal glands. So kidneys are our detox organs, and our adrenal glands help control many things, but one of the things it controls is blood pressure. So really breathe into that. Good. Now take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, slowly bring the head back to center and then slowly unravel here. Let's make our way all the way down to the mat here to move into some lying twist. So lie down on your mat. It's like somebody's in trouble out there. Now let's come to our lying position here. And let's gently bring the knees into the belly and hug in. Now rock it out here. We're going to move into some nice, wonderful twist here. So hold on to that right knee. Inhale, and on the exhale, straighten that left leg out. Pull that right knee in nice and tight. Take a nice inhale, and then on the exhale, let the hips roll to the left. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat and open that right arm all the way out to the side, palm facing up. Now we're going to complete the twist. I always like to use my left hand to support that knee to guide it a little bit deeper here. Inhale, pick up the head, and exhale, turn it to the right and lay it back down. Breathe here, full deep breath here. Good. Take a nice inhale, and then on your exhale, slowly unravel. Hug that knee right back into the belly, nice and tight. And then on an exhale, let's change our legs. Left knee and right leg straight. Inhale, and on your exhale, let's let the hips roll to the right. Try to keep the shoulders on the mat and open the left arm out to the side, palm facing up. Again, I like to hang on to my knee with my right hand so I guide it to a little bit deeper for me. Inhale, pick up the head, and exhale, turn it to the left and lay it back down. Breathe. Remember, your neck is part of the spine, and we're turning it in the opposite direction to bring that spine out. Good. Inhale, and on the exhale, let's bring that knee back into the belly. Hug it in nice and tight. And then let's bring both knees back in. Hug it in. Rock that back out. Good. All right. Let's finish this with another little low back release here. Let's take our feet, scissor them out towards the outer edges of the mat, and we're going to windshield wiper our legs. So take your arms out long, so out wide, palms facing up. Feet are separated towards the outer edge of the mat, knees are bent, and let's drop the knees to the left and turn the head to the right. Now inhale, knees up, head up. Exhale, head to the left, knees to the right. Inhale, knees up, head up. Exhale, knees to the left, head to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Now move with your own breath here. Make this windshield wiper feel good for your low back. Releasing it out one last time. Take as long as you need to here. Make it feel good. And one last time to the other side. Good. Bring the knees back up. Hug the knees back into the belly. Rock it out. Massage that back. Fabulous. You can also massage the tailbone by pointing your knees upwards. This rocks you back onto the sacral area of the back. And you can do circles with those knees. Glue them together and circle around. What we're doing here is when we do this, keep your belly engaged when you do this. So core is engaged and roll around on that sacral area. We're massaging all those nerves that exit out of the tailbone and travel down the legs. So this should feel good. This is an area that gets missed a lot. So just give those nerves a little massage there. Good. Now hug the knees back in nice and tight. And then slowly let's straighten those legs out. So I'm going to walk you through a little pranayama practice. So straighten those legs out. And we're going to get nice and comfortable, but we're going to fully oxygenate the body before we end the practice. And this is called 3-compartment breath. And I'm going to walk you through how to do it. And then I would like for you to try it. I'm going to sit back up and I'll walk you through it. But I'll show you how to do it first. So palms are facing up. Feet, let them float open. So everything is relaxed. Just let the body melt in the floor. I'm going to be asking you to take a nice inhale. And we're in that same inhale, I'll be asking you to fill the belly up, fill the chest up, and then fill the head up with that air, that breath, that beautiful life-giving prana. And so I want you to really visualize this to get the most benefits out of this. Really feel the prana in those areas. So here's what it'll look like. I'll ask you to inhale belly. It will rise. Chest. Head. And then I'll ask you to open the mouth and just let it go. So I'll do that again. Inhaling into the belly. Chest. Head, and then opening the mouth and good. So get comfortable here. I'm going to raise up and I'm going to walk you through this beautiful, wonderful, life-giving prana. All right, takes a few normal little breaths here. Now, when you're ready, take a nice little exhale. And close the mouth and let's inhale and fill the belly up completely. Now the chest, now the head completely with that prana. Now open the mouth and exhale. Let it all go. Close the mouth. Let's inhale into the belly. Fill it completely. Into the chest. Fill it completely. Now into the head. Fill it completely up. Now open the mouth and exhale. Now close the mouth and let's inhale. Fill the belly up completely. Fill the chest up completely. Fill the head completely. Now open the mouth and let it all go. Release, release, release. Good job. Now just breathe normally. No effort at all to the breath. Find the edges of your body. Notice you're in a containment or a container, and then let those edges dissolve away. Returning to the intention we set for the class, which was, who am I? If we are to live our lives fully and well, we must learn to embrace the opposites, to live in creative tension between our limits and our potential. We must honor our limitations in ways that do not distort our nature, and we must trust and use our gifts in ways that fulfill the potentials God gave us. We must take the no of the way that closes and find the guidance that it has to offer, and take the yes of the way that opens and respond with the yes of our lives. When you're ready, begin to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing life and awareness back into the body. Slowly bring the knees back into the chest, or stretch and lengthen long, whatever feels best for you. Just make it feel good. And then hug the knees into the chest with an exhale. Rock it out. Good. Give yourself a big hug here and say thank you to yourself for doing something wonderful and nourishing for yourself this morning. Slowly roll on over to your right side. Take a breath, and then very gently let's come back up to a seated, comfortable position. And again, allow yourself permission to block up and get comfy here. We're going to take Jnana Mudra, the Mudra of Wisdom. Take the thumb and the first finger together. Gently press the tips of the fingers together. And then place the backs of the palms on the knees. Now, close the eyes. It is only in the still, quiet place that we find authentically who God made us to be. So take the time to get quiet and listen for all the answers God has placed within. And it is only in the still quietness that we find that still, quiet voice of God. Slowly, let's bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer hands right in front of the heart. Connect the thumbs to the sternum. Let's bow the head. We'll seal the practice with the beautiful, healing, universal sound of God, the Om. Take an inhale here to begin. Today, practice your yoga all day long and be authentically you. Thank you for joining me in this gentle class. Tomorrow, we'll have a Hatha flow at 10 a.m., so please join us. I'm looking forward to seeing you. May you have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day. Namaste.